Guess who's back? Guys, guys. I sat here and I was like, you got to be kidding me. Why is this not working? So, for those of you who are seeing this for the second time, you're probably like, is this a repeat recording? It is not. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Tamika. I am the mouth of IG at Tamika Talks, and I'm the thought leader at Life and Pumps, where I share wellness, happiness, travel, entertainment, and on Thursdays, we generally come together for tea talk. So my tea at this point is cold because I've been so stressed out trying to get this thing to work. But now I've gotten it and we are going to talk. Okay, now I've gotten it together. And so I'm going to show you guys the project that I was working on. Let me sip my tea. Yeah, my tea is totally cold now. You're probably looking at the background, and it's not my room, it's my daughter's room. I kicked her out so that I could come in here and put this project together. Full disclosure, I am an affiliate with Cricut. Had a machine long before I became an affiliate. The affiliate thing is new. And because I've been talking about it a lot more, showing you guys some of the projects that I've made, people have been asking me how to use it. So previously, I was doing the video and I was going through a walkthrough of how simple and easy it is to use the machine and got stuck. It would not connect to Bluetooth. And the reason it wouldn't connect to Bluetooth is because I was using an image that required me to purchase it and I hadn't purchased it. I just purchased it. Now all is well. All right, and we can move forward and I can show you the rest. So some people had wanted to see my shirt earlier. Here is my shirt that I made. Wow, at this point, I don't even know how long ago I made this shirt, but I like to make shirts. I love crafting, and I felt like while we're all dealing with what's happening in the world, crafting kind of allows you a great escape, allows you to use your creativity, and so here we are. So if you're interested in finding out more about Cricut, some of the things you can buy, Cricut is having a sale. I believe the sale is on till the 24th, but the sale is on to the 24th. Gives you free shipping and a lot of great buys and some other things going on. I've literally just ordered me a Cricut Joy, which is the smaller machine that I fell in love with at Art Summit because you do not have to use a mat to print. You can just put your vinyl or whatever your material is in there and get going. So for me, I absolutely love that. But let's get started. I want you guys to literally see how easy it is to print this project. So I am going to take you back. So the project, let me see here. I feel like I should go back and let you guys see the project first. No, don't cancel the cut. Let's see here. All right, so we are going to cancel the cut because I want you guys to see what the project is. And you can see what we're doing here. Okay, so if you see there on the screen, it shows you no one fights alone. So as I stated previously, I used to make these bags that I would give to survivors as they were going through their treatment. And right now, I feel like a lot of them are feeling really alone with so much uncertainty in the world. And my understanding is someone that I spoke with was explaining to me that now they can't even have a guest with them when they go to chemo. So I can only imagine how sad that is. And so I'm going to put some bags together to deliver to some people that I know that are going through treatment. I'm actually going to be mailing one. And I just want them to know that they're not alone. So the bags will say no one fights alone. In the tip part, you'll see where there will be a breast cancer sign on the bottom. I'm going to put the text, Pink Ribbon Stilettos. So let me go back and let you see what the actual image looks like. So this is what the actual image looks like. The good thing about the Cricut, I'm using the Design Space. And so the first thing you should know with the Design Space is this is actually an online piece for the Design Space, but they're going to be moving to where you basically has to house all your designs on your computer. And what I was stating earlier is my recommendation is that you definitely, do that. You download whatever it is that needs to be downloaded, but you get a drive because they can take up a lot of space on your computer. And I would hate for something to happen or you lose it or whatever the case that may be. So that's a great option. But this is what the design is going to look like. And at the bottom, it's going to say Pink Ribbon Stilettos. And I wonder if I should just type that out now. I may. Now, let me just let you see this one design and then we'll do it. And so what was happening is initially I was trying to connect to the Cricut and it was not connecting. But the reason it wasn't connecting because I didn't own the image yet. So there was no need for it to communicate. I just purchased the image. Now we're good to go. So this is what the image looks like. Basically, they sort the actual way you cut according to mats. Now, I don't generally use two different mats. I would just use one. We do have an entire set of mats with a lot of different color variations if we wanted to do it that way. But because this isn't a big project where I'm making like 20 of the same cut, I don't necessarily need to do that. So I'm only going to use one mat, which is why you see here it says prepare 2 mats. This here shows the cut. And basically, this is what it's going to cut first because it is of a different color. And then it will cut the second one, which will cut in a different color as well. This shows you the material size. So in terms of material size, you want to make certain that you have the right size mat in there. So as you see, it's a 12 by 12. The mat that we have here is a 12 by 12, just so you know. And I'll show you how I lay the actual material onto it. I am using a heat transfer extra strong bold vinyl that is from Cricut. You can also get that in the store if you decide to purchase it. As always, you want to mirror your image. So anything that you're printing on vinyl, you want to mirror your image. So that shows it there. Okay, so I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so here we go. This is the Cricut. I showed it earlier. We have the Cricut Explore Air 2. You want to hit open to open up the thing here. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So once it's done, you want to take the vinyl. I want you guys to see how I do this. I'm going to do it this way. So the vinyl, you always want to put shiny side down. And previously, I went over this with the lint roller to get any like lint things and all of that out of the way. Well, this is going to be a doozy here, trying to get this to stick this way. But okay, let's try it. All right, so yes, it should go down. You press down. Let me fix this so it's not so the alignment is not off, because one thing I hate more than anything, and that is wasting my vinyl. So you want to make sure that it's pressed. There you go. See how I have it pressed straight across the line? And then you want to press down. I'm not so concerned about it being flyaway at the bottom here. My image is very small that I'm going to be using to put onto the bag. So it doesn't really matter the terms of size. But once you have that done, we go over to the machine. And you see these grooves here. Here and here, you want to make sure they're lined up. Press it to the roller and then press it to the roller, hit the button. There we go. So it is ready to go. Oh, if you can help, call you. Okay, yeah, thanks. You weren't trying to help when I was trying to figure it out earlier. Where were you then? Where were you then? All right, so now we've gotten all set up. It looks like it is ready to go. All right, here we go, guys. So it's going to cut the first. And it's connecting. See, this is what happened before. It was not connecting. And the reason it wasn't connecting is because I didn't own the image. You see how easy that is? Now it's done. The tools are loaded. It shows you here what needed to be loaded. Fine point blade, which is already in there. The dial is set to vinyl. Basically, you press go, and it even tells you it's time to press go because it blinks. And there we go. It's preparing. See, literally, it's so easy. It tells you everything that it's doing. Uh-oh, look at that. You guys see that there? I'm so busy talking to y'all, I didn't pay attention to that had it lifted, but it's okay. It looks like it's fine in there. It's cutting. It gives you the percentage of time that it cuts. Now, you can actually have this cut faster. I have it just on a regular cut so that in the event that there's an error or something, I catch it quickly, like how you just saw how I caught that piece of vinyl that was raising up. But yes, it's so simple, guys. So check it out here. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's very simple. You guys don't really need to see my screen right now. Yes. All right. You see how it's cutting? Very simple. Very simple. Very simple. And like I said, it tells you when it's done. It'll just keep cutting. When you're done, it stops. It gives you the option. It tells you what to do. Basically, you just pull it out, and then we will have a design. So yeah, it's still cutting, getting everything situated. If you didn't see previously because you weren't here when I was making a mess, my God, I was making a total mess. I'm actually making bags. In the center, it will say "No More Fights Alone." There's going to be a breast cancer symbol on here. On the bottom, I am going to put pink ribbon stilettos. And these are bags that I'm going to get together, that I'm going to give to some thrivers that I know that are going through chemo right now. And a lot of them are actually having to go to their infusion alone because, the restrictions of the hospitals where they can't have visitors just because of this crazy virus. All right, so this one is done. All right, let me get this out. Basically, press the button, it pops out. You can see there, you can't really see the cut. I'll let you see the cut in 1 minute. Let me get the second one set up. And then once the second one is set up, then we can, then you'll be able to look at it. So yeah, so it told me that it was done. And as you see here, now it's saying second cut, which is where we want to load the second piece of material. So I pull that off gradually. And the second piece of material is going to be the pink ribbon itself. So let's get that on here. Now, earlier, the first one that I did, you saw that it didn't line up that well. And the vinyl, after it started printing, was lifting. And that happens just because the vinyl is, it comes in a roll. And it happens because the vinyl comes in a roll and it's, it just does that. So you want to make sure you press down. And then there's also a smoother that you can use. Let me show you here. Literally, you can do that just to make sure that it stays on top. We like to keep everything where it belongs. There's that. So here we go. Once again, let's load this up. All right. See, this is over the line some, so it's messing up. Okay, hit the blinking button. All right, once it's in there, signed up, you see that? See, there's fast mode. Basically, it's telling you press the flashing button pressed, and here we go. Literally, it's just cutting that little thing, so this is going to be a really, really quick cut. But you get the gist. That's pretty much what you do. All right. Dismiss. It's telling me to unload it. I did that. All right, let's get this out of here. Yeah, we'll leave that in there so you guys can kind of see what I'm going to do next. So what I generally do is I like to get the machine out of the way. That will be the last cut that we'll do for right now. I will put pink ribbon stilettos on there, but I won't do it right this second. So what I like to do is I like to get the Cricut cutting tool here, cutting blade, and I will, I'm going to remove this piece so it doesn't cut anybody. But what I generally do is I cut out the piece that I've already used now. Because this is dark, sometimes you can't see where you cut, but you can feel. So that's what I just did. I felt where it is. And actually, I don't think I'm going to use I'm actually going to just use the scissors as opposed to the cutting blade. So I'm going to just take the scissors. And like I said, I like to hold it to the light just so I can see where the cut stopped. Because you would hate to do this, all this work, and then you end up cutting your design. That sucks. So you want to cut it, and then the vinyl, even though it has that piece missing, totally can use it. And oftentimes I try to cut it very closely so I'm not wasting it. But then once it's cut, let me get this out of the way here. Yes. Okay. So once it's cut, you have to do something called weeding. Let's get this scissors out of the way. My daughter likes for everything to be in order, so I don't want her to come in here and fussing at me because I didn't do something right. All right, so you do something called weeding. And these are weeding tools here. These are weeding tools. You guys can see. And so what I like to do now, my daughter does hers a little differently. But I like to get the one that has the added little point on the end and literally, I can't see because I don't have any lights. There we go. You guys see that? So what I like to do first is get the ones that has an insert. And literally you pull, 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 and then your vinyl starts lifting because this is the inside of the cut. So this isn't something that I would be using anyway. Bam. Pull it off. And then here, I'm going to do the same thing. That was the inside of the O that I just pulled off. And this is going to start the inside of the N. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So some people like weeding. I always laugh when I meet people and they're like, it's so relaxing. It's often very stressful to me because, yeah, it's very, very easy to mess up if you're not paying attention. And oftentimes I don't have the patience to just do it smoothly. So you'll often see me doing it and pulling it like this. Don't do it like me. Do it the right way. Take your time. I have no patience. Yeah, I know it's horrible. You saw how I literally just left off that other one because I was like, enough. But I feel like this piece is big enough that it's totally fine. That's what I can do here. What I won't pull fast is the inside of letters because that is something that can really get messed up. But yeah, this is, you can see here, it is coming off so easily, which is always a good thing. Always a good thing. So yeah, those are the bigger pieces. And then I go back through, this one's ready. And the little pieces are the ones where you really need to use the tool. So this is the inside of the E. I'll do it down here so you guys can see it. This is the inside of the E. Okay, let's see. This is the inside of the other O. Because remember it says no one. And let me get this one. This one is ready. This is the inside of an E. Here's the inside of the A. It's the inside of the, come on. It's the inside of the O here. And be careful because these little pieces, man, they get stuck everywhere. I remember one day I was walking around, I had all these little pieces on my shirt, and clearly I ran into another lady who is a crafter, and she's like, oh, you've been crafting. And I'm like, how do you know what I've been doing, lady? She showed me on the back of my shirt. I had all these little bits and pieces of vinyl stuck to me. It was so funny. All right, let's see. So we have to get this E here. Let's see. I feel like I should delete part one so nobody knows that I made a mistake, but it is what it is. I'm fine with it. So yes, so I have a friend who does a lot of these, and she does really large, intricate projects, and she loves doing them because she loves the weeding. She said it's very relaxing for her. I guess it's kind of like knitting for some people. I don't know. I always say whatever works, whatever works. It does require you know, I guess a little bit of patience, not that much, but a little bit. Because if you're doing a bigger project, yeah, it's totally easy to be distracted and annoyed with it. But most of us right now have nothing else to do. So come on in and get to weeding. And I almost pulled up a piece that did not need to be pulled up. And that has happened to me previously because in my mind, I was doing one thing and something else is what needed to be done. But this part will be quick because it's pretty simple to get this off. Let's see here. And as I stated on the previous one, Cricut is having a major sale. I did just order some things. Can't wait for them to arrive. One thing that I did just order is the Joy. I actually think it's a really good starter one. If you know you're not making really big projects, totally try it out. It's smaller. You don't have to have as many materials to make things. With that one, you can literally just put the vinyl in without a mat, which a lot of people like. And so if you don't need to use a mat, it's even easier because, you just put your project in there and go that way. Okay, I got one more piece here. All right. So here's our final piece. No one fights alone. I'm only going to press this one down because I don't want to keep you guys on. I've had you on here long enough, and then I had to come back and do it again. I tell you. But yes, this is what it looks like. And so this here is the Cricut press pad, where basically you want to use it to press your material. Let me plug in the heat press, and I'll show you that in a minute. Get this going here. Okay, so this is the heat press. Everything's so dusty in here. So basically, you turn it on. It's literally like a big iron, which is what I love about it, but it makes making projects so easy. So once it's heated up, it'll give you an alert there. You can actually change the temperature. See, mine is set at 375, which is fine. Once it heats up to that, it'll let me know. As you can see, it's raising. But while that's getting set up, what I like to do is take whatever the project is and get it set up. So let's do that right now here. I wonder if I can have you see it this way. Is that easier? That might be easier for you guys to see. I'll leave that too. So yes, you want to place it on a pad. Now, if this were a shirt, of course, I would use a ruler to center it. And some people actually fold the project in half like this, and that way they know. But it doesn't matter. Either way you do it is fine. Whatever works for you. Here's a roller just to make sure there's no lint pieces or anything to that effect. I can already smell it heating up. So what I generally do is while it's still heating is I will take it and I will lightly press whatever the project is just to get it going here. And like I said, some people, what they do is they fold it in half and then they press it, which is not a bad thing to do. What it is it gives it, oops, my throat is going to kill me. It leaves a mark so that you will know where the middle is. So if that's important to you, totally do that there. See, you get that line there. And then you can also take your vinyl piece and fold that in half. And that'll tell you where the center is for that. Line them up. Put it down. Once this heats up, we'll go over it. Look, there's a little piece. And so this is why I said you have to be careful of those little pieces, because that little piece would have went on there and ironed on. Now, because I did not do the layering piece yet, I'm only going to do this one and then I'll add the pink ribbon to it. I don't need to necessarily put a Teflon or any type of sheet over it, but ordinarily I do put a sheet over top of it just to give it a better press. Let's see, we are at 325, we're at 330. I feel like we've got a good enough heat. Literally, you take it, you press down. You can hit the button and it'll count down just to give you an idea of when you should pull it up. Mine is set for 30 seconds. You can set it for less, whatever works for you. Oftentimes, you don't even need that much time. This is a smaller project, so it'll probably be done in less time. But I just want to let you guys hear what the beeping sounds like so that you know, hey, it's done. Get it off of here and let's get ready. All right, counting down 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hear that? Okay, that means my timer is done. I lifted it up some. Let's hope that's going to be okay. And then, all right. So you let it sit a minute because you see it's hot. So like I said, what I generally do is I would put a sheet over top of it so that it could work, but I don't have the sheet with me. So we're going to go ahead and press down with something that I know won't burn. Basically, this is just a cardboard that the bag came in. Now, this bag is also compatible with infusible ink, which, like I said earlier, is my absolute favorite. And what I may do for them when I put pink ribbon stilettos on there, I may do that with the infusible ink. Let it cool down some so it's cool to the touch. All right, so when you see that it's not done all the way, an option that I generally do often is I will get the smoother out of here and press. Press. Okay, press down, press down, press down, press down, press down, press down. Make sure this is in here where it needs to be. And then we can start peeling. See how easy that is? And so I recommend when you see that it's not down, you can either press it again, and as soon as you press it, do the smoother, or you can just do the smoother now, like how I'm doing right now, to try to make sure that it gets everything. I always do a gentle pull just to be certain. And it looks like this might be a winner, guys. Okay, let's see. Voila. Look at how nice that is. That was so simple, so easy. Show you guys the final version. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and I'll put the ribbon on it, and then I'll take a picture of it and I'll post it in the group. Thank you once again for joining me. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. Everybody stay safe, stay inside. I'm going to be posting all week. Every Thursday, I'm going to come on while we're in quarantine, of course, to just show you some different craft ideas. I'm also going to be putting together a post to talk to you guys about boosting your immune system while you're down. I know a lot of people are concerned about that, and I want to make sure that you get some natural products and some natural ways that you can do it and make it work. But as always, if you have questions or you need anything from me, you know where to find me here online. IG Tamika Talks, Life and Pumps everywhere else. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.